This is a quick example how to get started with the Hagenberg Thesis document collection if you're writing your exposé. The first thing is you want to create your exposé. For this, go to the official GitHub repository of the Hagenberg Thesis document collection, which is at github.com/digitalmedia/Hagenberg Thesis, and then scroll down until you get to the table of documents. And here you can see the last two entries are the Hagenberg or HGB Thesis EN proposal, which is the English proposal document, and HGB Thesis DE, which is a German version of the proposal document. For this example, I'm going to use the English one, but the German one is technically identical to the English one. This example assumes that you're going to write your exposé, your thesis proposal in Overleaf, but the same goes for a local setup, which is also possible. So to write your exposé in Overleaf, you would have to go to this line here and press the Create button to open it in Overleaf. If you want to write it locally, then just download the zip file, extract it on your drive, and open it with your local LaTeX editor. If you want to have a look at setting up Overleaf or your local setup in detail, there's special or separate videos to show you this in a little bit of more of detail. But for now, I'm going to open the thesis proposal document in Overleaf. And you might not really have to do that yourself, because it just might be that your supervisor or your scientific writing seminar professor, whatever, shares a document with you. Because Overleaf has a very strict compile timeout, so the free version might just not be enough for you to compile the document. And so maybe you get a shared document from a pro account that enables you to write everything under the pro account. So once the document is open, how do you get started with your exposé? What you can see here, the first important thing to have a look at is the document class definition. This is set to type Bachelor, so it's a Bachelor proposal or exposé. And why do we have an exposé? This is because here the argument proposal is set. If you're just writing your exposé, just leave everything as it is. Should you write your master's exposé, just change type Bachelor to type Master. The rest of it should be fine. The first thing you're going to change are the title page settings. So please change the default title, change the author name, change the program type, change the program name if media technology and design is not your program, change the institution if it is not the University of Applied Sciences Upper Austria, change the place of study if it is not Hagenberg, and change the date of submission, which would in this case be the date where you're handing in your submission. If you have an advisor yet, you can add them here. If not, just write a proposed advisor or just leave it as it is for now. Once you've changed these fields, you're good to go with the title page. And then you will see that the exposé basically consists of three things. You can see them in the main text file down here. There are two include files. If I scroll down here, you can see them for a German Kurzfassung and an English abstract. You will have to add or edit these once your exposé is complete. I wouldn't add them right in the beginning. Just do it when the exposé is finished and you know what you've written in your exposé, and then summarize them here. The most important part is this include statement here that includes the exposé chapter, and you'll find it under the folder chapters, and there's just this one exposé tech. And if I open this here and if I scroll down here, you see it is a single chapter consisting of 5 sections. 1 is introduction, 2 is theoretical background and state of the art, 3 is the research question, 4 is the methodology, and 5 are the expected results. And then in the end, a reference list lists all the references and literature that you are using in this document. So all you have to do is change this single chapter here with the sections mentioned before, edit them to your liking, to the topic you're proposing, and once you're done, you can always go to File, download as PDF to download your final or finished Exposé document. For more details on how to edit a LaTeX document, please refer to the single tutorial videos about adding images, about adding a table, how to structure your text, and so on and so forth. This is just a general overview video to get you started with the Exposé template. One final note, this document is, the way this document has been created, it is meant for an exposé because you see it only has one chapter. The chapter doesn't even have a number, and it has just 5 sections that have full numbers. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should you want to create a full thesis out of this exposé, you can do so. To do this, go back to main tech and remove the proposal option here. I'm just going to delete it and save so it recompiles. And then you will see that you get the regular thesis document back. So this has been turned into chapter 1. It is called Exposé, obviously. It has 1.1 introduction, 1.2 theoretical background, and so on and so forth. So now all you would have to do is add more chapters here, include them in your main file, obviously rename the first chapter to something like introduction, reorder the content, and everything else that might be involved here. So you can do that. You don't necessarily have to do it. It is totally fine to just create a new document for your thesis, but should you want to use the Exposé document as a basis for writing your thesis, just remove the proposal argument and you have a full setup with a first chapter, and then you can add all the other chapters yourself.